Meghan has always had this very, very strange fascination with Soho House, very much this weird obsession with.
Let me paint the picture clearly. It's meant to be a calm, low-key week in Montecito, with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle playing out the glossy California fantasy.
Without Markus Anderson, I hope to prove to you in this video that Meghan Markle wouldn't have the level of global fame that she enjoys now.
New lifestyle products rolling out, cameras buzzing for Netflix, smiles locked in place, the image of the flawless, unbothered family carefully on display. And right there in the background, as always, is Markus Anderson, the loyal confidant, the quiet operator, the man who's been there from the very beginning. For years, he said nothing.
Back in her early days, she was totally reliant on Soho House to pay for her travel, to pay for her accommodation.
But now that silence is cracking, and what's coming out isn't casual gossip, it's whispers straight from inside Soho House circles. This time, the chatter is spreading fast. Sources claim Markus is allegedly ready to talk. Not vague hints, not soft suggestions, but real names, real connections, real stories tied to Meghan's Soho House era, the chapter she worked hard to erase from the public record. And if even part of what's being claimed turns out to be accurate, the polished fairy tale many people believed in suddenly looks a lot darker.
Markus started off at Soho House London as a waiter, and he was a global membership director when he first met Meghan.
Because here's the twist. The same man who allegedly helped Meghan climb into elite circles and eventually into royal life could now be the one pulling the curtain back. No dramatics, no emotion, just information. And insiders say this isn't some one-off slip. This is the start of something much bigger. Now here's why this matters. Markus Anderson is not just a random friend or a background extra. As a senior figure within Soho House, he was the gatekeeper. He controlled access, who got invited, who got connected, who met whom, and which doors quietly opened. During Meghan's Toronto years on Suits, she was right there in that world, moving strategically, never solo, always networking. Royal author Katie Nicholl confirmed something crucial. When Harry wanted to meet Meghan, he didn't approach her directly. He went through Markus. Markus arranged the setting, private, exclusive, carefully curated, a small Soho House gathering with everything controlled. That alone raises eyebrows. Because if Markus arranged that introduction, people are now asking one simple question. What else did he arrange back then?
Jeffrey Epstein was also Harvey Weinstein, very prominent. There were members. Meghan Markle was just one of the working girls for Soho House. Call girl, working girl, escort, whatever you want to call it. That's what she was.
Meghan wasn't just popping into Soho House for drinks. She was deeply embedded in that ecosystem. On her blog, The Tig, she openly praised Markus as her loving, supportive, endlessly fun friend. She posted about luxury trips, yacht moments, and exclusive invites, but never explained who funded them or why those doors kept opening so easily. And now, according to online sources and royal watcher chatter, Markus is allegedly done staying silent, done being edited out of documentaries, done having his presence blurred behind emojis and cropped photos, done protecting stories while Meghan builds an empire on a narrative he knows doesn't tell the full truth.
He is like a parasite, always lurking in their shadow. No normal family has a constant third wheel, male or female, leeching onto their every move. Markus is practically glued to them.
One alleged insider told a tabloid something explosive. They claimed Markus knows where everything is buried, that he saw the connections, managed the introductions, and handled situations Meghan never wanted Prince Harry to know existed. So what is Markus supposedly revealing? According to rapidly spreading reports, it's allegedly a list, names of wealthy men Meghan was connected to during her Soho House years. Not casual meet and greets, not innocent networking, according to those claims. Sources allege the list outlines who paid for what, who provided access to yachts, who funded high-end travel, and who helped open career doors she couldn't unlock on her own.
Once a Soho House basic, always a Soho House basic.
And here's the part that has people stunned. Insiders claim Soho House executives don't rely on memory. They document. They track introductions, watch relationships, and note patterns. And allegedly, Meghan's name appears connected to extremely powerful, extremely wealthy figures. Again, these are claims, not proven facts. But once these whispers are out, they don't disappear. They grow, they spread, and they force questions that can't easily be shut down anymore.
No, this is what Meghan has been doing. She's a piece of Klingon, like she clings to somebody who can get her there. So Meghan manages to befriend one person of a very popular group, and then that person introduces her to the others. And because that she's being brought in by somebody they trust, she's welcome.
His job was to go to a new city wherever they were opening up a new Soho House, and his job was to find the best and the brightest of that city to invite to the founding members party. And they didn't just invite anybody. To be a founding member, you really had to be somebody in the social scene of the city where they were opening up.
Meghan Markle only becomes prominent for Soho House, guys, after she starts being on Suits and she's introduced to Markus Anderson. And then she gets more consistent and more prominent work, okay? Because then she could be in the presence of Markus Anderson.
So the next time that we really spot Markus on the radar is he's sitting next to Meghan at the opening ceremony of the Invictus Games. And it's amazing when you look at that footage back, because you realise just how far Prince Harry has dropped.
During those same years, Meghan Markle publicly painted herself as a struggling actress, bouncing between auditions and casually running a lifestyle blog. But insiders tell a very different story. One source put it bluntly: these weren't normal friendships at all. They described them as arrangements, not relationships. According to those claims, companionship and social access flowed one way, while money, influence, and career openings flowed the other.
And more importantly, how her curated public image should be. Harry really apparently just wants time alone, doesn't want to be filmed, doesn't want to be put on social media, but has no choice.
One insider allegedly explained it like this: it was always easier talking to powerful men because they represented a fast lane out. Canada was never the destination, just a stopover. From the jump, sources claim Meghan's goal was clear: Hollywood status, top-tier visibility, fame on the highest level possible. Critics say the problem was simple. She didn't have the star power to reach that level on talent alone. In the industry, she was widely viewed as a lower-tier actress on Suits, a show that, at the time, barely registered with mainstream American audiences.
Markus Anderson is very unique in the Meghan Markle Disposable Friends series because Markus is indispensable. Without Markus Anderson, I hope to prove to you in this video that Meghan Markle wouldn't have the level of global fame that she enjoys now, or infamy, depends how you look at it.
That reality clashes hard with the image later presented through Prince Harry, who framed her as a globally adored star from day one. Now here's where the tension spikes. This alleged list circulating online hasn't been verified. No major news outlet has published it. No official documents are public. But the whispers are loud, non-stop, and persistent. And people who track royal timelines closely say the dates line up a little too neatly to ignore. So the biggest question becomes obvious. Why now? Why would Markus Anderson, silent for years, suddenly be linked to leaks about someone he once called a close friend? Sources close to the situation point to 3 reasons. First, Markus has been wiped from Meghan's public narrative, missing from the Netflix series, cropped out of photos, never acknowledged in interviews, despite allegedly playing a key role in the royal introduction. For someone who helped open the most important door of her life, that kind of erasure cuts deep. Second, Soho House went public. More investors mean more scrutiny. More questions, more attention on how connections were built and who benefited behind closed doors. And when pressure builds, buried stories have a way of surfacing. Third, and insiders say this is the real trigger. Markus is allegedly exhausted watching Meghan position herself as blindsided, unlucky, and powerless. Tired of hearing claims that wealth and influence just happened to her. Sources say he watched every calculated move in real time. One alleged insider didn't mince words. They claim Markus is done protecting someone who keeps rewriting history. He was there. He saw the strategy. And he's reportedly tired of staying quiet while she earns millions selling a version of events he says doesn't add up. According to those whispers, the old unspoken agreement, silence forever, is over. And here's what makes this volatile.
Failure to fully investigate and prosecute Epstein's network means that powerful individuals who may have abused children and been blackmailed remain in positions of authority. There's still too much, in my opinion, there's still too much trust in government institutions.
Sources allege Markus has receipts, photos, messages, records, details Meghan believed were safely buried in the past. So who appears on this alleged list? No confirmed names yet, just patterns insiders keep pointing to. First group, wealthy Toronto businessmen frequently tied to Soho House during Meghan's time there, allegedly funding high-end experiences in exchange for companionship and introductions. Second group, international billionaires connected to luxury yachts and trips showcased on the TIG, lavish travel that critics say never matched an actress's reported income. Third, and most sensitive, elite social circles that allegedly overlapped with controversial power networks active during that era. Again, allegations, not proof. None of this is confirmed. It's claims, chatter, and online speculation. But one theme keeps resurfacing. Meghan had access to wealth and influence long before Harry entered the picture. And according to sources, that access flowed through very specific channels, all leading back to Markus and Soho House. Put it plainly, if those names ever surface, if Markus Anderson actually backs up who Meghan Markle was connected to during those years, her entire public image collapses in real time.
My 4-year-old, when we play imaginary play, she gets all the jams out the cupboard and lays them all on the table, and I get the fake money and pretend to buy them. Meghan is doing imaginary play, but she's doing it with
The relatable actress storyline disappears, the victim framing evaporates, and the carefully built brand she's been selling cracks all at once. Because once that version dies, there's no replacement waiting behind it. And then there's Prince Harry, the man who walked away from everything based on Meghan's version of her past. Sources close to the situation claim Harry is allegedly shaken by what he's now hearing. Not angry, stunned. He believed the fairy tale, a hard-working actress grinding through auditions, catching a lucky break, meeting him through a mutual friend, falling in love the old-fashioned way. Clean, simple, romantic. That was the story he bought into. But now, with whispers of lists, arrangements, and strategic connections, insiders allege Markus didn't just arrange one introduction. They claim he helped orchestrate an entire pathway.
Now, it always worried me that all of the biographers that have done books on Meghan Markle, and also a lot of people that have done interviews and magazine articles, sort of imply that just because she was in Suits, that was how she met Markus Anderson in Canada.
And that realization is forcing Harry to question everything he thought was real. One insider allegedly told a tabloid that Harry is starting to believe it wasn't fate, it was planning. Years of positioning inside elite spaces, building access, climbing closer to wealth and power. According to that source, meeting him wasn't random. It was the final step. Another source claims Harry is now replaying the entire relationship in his head, asking what moments were genuine and what moments were performance, wondering if he wasn't a partner, but the ultimate prize in a long game. Reports say the shift is visible. Harry is allegedly quieter, more withdrawn, no longer jumping to defend Meghan the way he once did. Sources claim he spends long stretches alone, revisiting old photos, rereading messages, trying to piece together what was authentic.
I think she was scared of coming back to this country, and quite rightly, because the people of this country don't like the fact that she's stolen our prince. And she's literally brainwashed him, blinkered him, and tied him down to his California mansion.
One insider summed it up sharply. It's like watching someone realize they gave up everything for someone who never needed rescuing. Someone who was always in control, always calculating, always 10 steps ahead. But insiders say this story isn't just about Meghan. According to those same reports, Markus's alleged leaks are also peeling back how Soho House functioned during that era. Not just a stylish club, but a discreet networking machine. One where powerful men and ambitious young creatives crossed paths behind closed doors. Online chatter describes Soho House Toronto as a space where introductions weren't accidental. Deals happened quietly, access was curated, and connections were valuable currency. Sources claim young actresses and models gained proximity to wealth and influence, and wealthy men gained carefully managed introductions and social access in return.
You know, I like to think that Meghan would like that. Meghan likes to be number one. Meghan does not simply degrade Prince Harry. She degrades his entire family, his entire legacy. And this is a different kind of embarrassment. She has mocked his heritage, his traditions, his grandmother, the former Queen of England, and it seems like she did so happily.
For years, Meghan allegedly balanced herself in that environment, not drifting, but navigating. According to those claims, she framed it as dating upward, not anything else. And that distinction mattered to her. The perks, lifestyle, glamour, travel, gifts, all came without labels she didn't want attached. Markus, as a senior figure, allegedly understood exactly how to make those connections work, who wanted what, who could offer what, and how to align interests so everyone benefited. And insiders insist Meghan wasn't passive in that system. They allege she was one of its strongest operators, polished, charismatic, sharp, able to move comfortably among wealthy men while also gaining trust from younger women watching her path. One source described it this way: Meghan didn't look intimidating. She looked aspirational. Women trusted her. Men were drawn to her. She could operate on both sides at once. Soho House has always maintained it was simply a private club for creatives and celebrities. Nothing more. Maybe that's true. Maybe the reports are exaggerated. But the whispers aren't stopping. And if Markus actually produces proof of how things worked during those years, it won't just challenge Meghan's story. It could force serious questions about what Soho House was really offering its members behind the velvet rope. Remember those yacht photos that keep resurfacing? The ones showing Meghan Markle living a luxury lifestyle during her cable TV actress years? The same images she once shared on her blog and never fully explained. Sources now claim Markus Anderson's alleged information connects those dots in a way that's raising serious eyebrows.
The Favor. For many years, this almost A-list actress, and that's Meghan Markle, precariously balanced herself between dating and yachting. She thought of it as dating upward, and there are perks such as lifestyle and glamour and gifts of dating upward rather than yachting in the traditional sense.
According to online chatter, those yachts weren't random getaways. Sources allege they belonged to specific Soho House members, wealthy men Meghan was introduced to through the club. The generous friends she vaguely referenced are now described by some sources as business-linked relationships. Again, allegations, not proven facts. But critics say the pattern looks intentional. And here's where suspicion really spikes. Meghan wiped her entire blog right before marrying Prince Harry. Years of posts, luxury trips, private invites, yacht photos, gone overnight. If it was harmless networking, people ask, Why erase everything so completely? Sources claim she knew exactly how those posts could be interpreted if revisited too closely. One alleged insider said Meghan tried to clean the slate, but they claim Markus kept records. He allegedly knows the backstory behind each yacht trip, every upscale vacation, every last-minute invitation. And now, sources say, he's ready to speak. With these claims circulating, insiders say divorce whispers are growing louder. Not just tabloid noise, but concern from people close to the situation. Sources allege Harry feels deeply betrayed. Not because secrets existed, but because, according to whispers, he may have been approached strategically with help from someone he trusted as a friend. Critics also point to Meghan's background as a trained actress. Sources say she spent years studying people and environments. Some even claim she closely observed Princess Diana, her public warmth, emotional openness, and connection with Harry, though these are interpretations, not facts. Analysts stress this is speculation, not diagnosis, and shouldn't be treated as clinical truth. One source explained it this way: Harry understands ambition and networking, but this allegedly feels different. Like he wasn't just loved, he was chosen, planned for, positioned as the final step in a long-term climb.
Inspired, as it says, inspired by Soho House. Am I wrong? I thought Soho House was like not doing well or potentially going under and struggling. Maybe that was just the London branch, but it didn't sound like things were going well. Maybe not across the board. I don't know. But last I heard, things weren't going well for Soho House.
Another insider claims Harry is quietly consulting legal advisors, allegedly weighing options, trying to protect his children while understanding his future. Again, unverified claims, but the whispers are persistent. So far, Meghan's team hasn't responded publicly. Silence. But sources in Montecito claim behind-the-scenes tension is high. Emergency meetings, damage control strategies, and serious concern about stopping Markus from sharing more. And here's the real issue. If Markus ever goes public with concrete evidence from those Soho House years, documents, messages, records, sources say no PR spin could contain it, not this time. So where does this go next? Maybe Markus releases proof, maybe interviews follow, maybe a book, a full account of connections he allegedly helped facilitate. Or maybe Meghan's legal team steps in aggressively. Pressure, settlements, legal warnings, whatever it takes to keep everything locked down. Either way, insiders say one thing is clear. If real evidence ever surfaces, the story everyone thought they knew could change overnight. Maybe Prince Harry actually pulls the trigger, files for divorce, fights for the kids. And in that legal fallout, everything Meghan Markle allegedly tried to lock away finally spills into the open. Or maybe none of it ever fully breaks through, stuck forever in rumor territory, whispered online, debated endlessly, hovering between truth and speculation.
If she's, as you say, a victim of a miscarriage of justice, then there would be no obvious reason why she would not want to cooperate with the authorities. I mean, particularly the chance to address Congress, for example, where the whole world would watch. And if she is as innocent as you say, then isn't that the perfect opportunity? Why wouldn't she? I mean, if she doesn't do that, and she doesn't cooperate with the Attorney General's office, people are going to assume guilt.
But one thing feels undeniable to people watching closely. The man who allegedly helped build Meghan's fairy tale appears ready to show just how manufactured that fairy tale really was. The keeper of her deepest secrets is, according to sources, done keeping them. The same person who allegedly guided her rise may finally be finished protecting a story he knows isn't clean. And Harry, the man who gave up family, duty, and identity for love, is now rumored to be realizing he may have given it all up for strategy, not romance. Because sometimes the person who helps you reach the top is the same person who can expose how carefully engineered the climb really was. The friend who knows everything eventually gets tired of covering, tired of silence, tired of watching someone build an empire on a version of events he doesn't recognize. And if that friend finally speaks, if the secrets come out and the illusion collapses, the damage goes far beyond headlines. It's not just reputation or image at stake. It's the shock of realizing the person you believed in may never have existed at all. According to these allegations, what Meghan wanted was never calm or simplicity. It was power, money, status, global influence, and sources claim she used every connection, every opportunity, every relationship available to reach it. And standing at the center of that rise, according to insiders, was Markus Anderson and the access he allegedly controlled through Soho House, introductions, opportunities, carefully curated paths upward. Now the only real question left is this: does Markus actually prove it? With evidence, records, receipts? Or does this entire saga fade into online whispers while Meghan maintains control from her Montecito mansion? Either way, insiders say the fairy tale is already cracked, the image is fractured, and everyone is watching, waiting to see which version of the truth finally comes out.